Hello, YouTube. Let me turn a light on. Maybe it'll show up. That gun show up a little better. You are looking at a Colt single action Army. Obviously. This gun was made in 1982. It's a Gen 3. I guess you could call that a mid Gen 3. I think it's kind of a little bit. It's not the early Gen 3. I forget exactly what year. I don't really need to know because I'm only buying one because they're so expensive. Anyway, this gun's sitting in a box. Its original box in a safe at a relative's house. I just took it out. It's my gun. It's not like my dad's or anything. My dad wasn't into guns at all. It wasn't my grandfather's. This is mine. I bought it and I own it. This is a genuine Colt. It's in 44 special, not 45 long Colt, which doesn't bother me at all. I mean, either way, those two rounds can essentially be pretty much the same round. You could have a 45 long Colt moving at 900 feet per second. You can have a 44 special moving at 900 feet per second. You could have a 45 long Colt in a 240 grain. You could have this in a 240 grain. You know, you could have this in a 220 grain, a 45 long Colt in 220 grain. So that doesn't really matter, too much to me. People argue about, rounds. It's kind of stupid. Just it depends on how the rounds are loaded. But anyway, this gun has never been fired. It's from 1982. It's never been fired. It's, you can, I don't like, I'm not one of those people that, don't cock the hammer, And I gotta say, I bought it, I didn't really buy it to have it as a quote-unquote safe queen, never fire it, but at this point I have never shot it. And I kind of forget I have it because it's in the safe. It wasn't even here, so it's almost like I don't even own the thing. And it's just like, and I know it's worth money, but I don't really want to sell it. Could I make some money off it? Yeah, probably. But, so what? You're going to pay a lot of money for something like this. Everybody buys these things, and I'm not irritated with people buying these guns and not shooting them, but it's kind of a shame because I love single actions. Like, I love these type of guns. I've carried these guns. I had a Ruger Vaquero. I used to carry that thing all the time in a shoulder holster, a vertical shoulder holster. I didn't feel unarmed at all with a single action gun. Yeah, single action, you can cock fire with your other hand, and a lot of ways it's better. Like if for self-defense, it's better than a double action revolver because a double action revolver, it's breaking every time in double action. This you're breaking in single action. You're probably going to shoot better. Most people that have double actions, a 686 or whatever it is. They go to the range, what do you see them doing? Cocking the hammer back. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got the double action for, pull out of your pocket and for the first shot or whatever, but, if you ever tried to, actually shoot, 5 shots in a row at a pretty rapid pace, double action only, it's not horrible, but, like I said, I never felt unarmed carrying. I carry this Bond Arms backup. This is loaded because it's a carry gun. It's single action. It's only 2 shots of 45, and I feel safe when I go places with this. I really do. It's been summer, so that's why I would carry that. I just put it in my pocket. But anyway, what I'm thinking about doing with this gun, and you call me crazy. So first of all, I would buy a new birdie. I've had a new birdie before. To me, those guns, even the Rugers, they don't do anything for me, man. They just, especially the birdie, I just don't trust that gun to carry. It seems like a novelty. It seems like a novelty. The action, it just, I don't trust them, man. They seem, I'm going to be honest with you, they feel like cheap guns to me. And I honestly, I look at it a lot different than a lot of people that have those guns. You'll hear them say, "Oh, isn't it great that they still make these guns? They're still that Uberti makes these things. It's so great." I don't. I completely disagree. If you're going to take something, you're going to copy a Colt single action Army. And Uberti, I know they make other guns, yeah, but we're talking about this model here, a Colt single action Army. You're going to take a gun and copy it. Well, you better darn at least make it as good or better. I mean, those guns, man, the quality of this gun and the way these Colts were made, the fit, the lockup, just the quality, the metal, the steel, it's 10 times better. I mean, conservatively, it's 4 or 5 times better. If you were going to get sent to an uninhabited island, and you could bring an Uberti single action Army, or say this gun, 1982, perfect condition. There's no way you're going to take that Uberti. You're going to take this. It's a better gun. The steel is better. I mean, it's just, I know I'm going to sound like, most people have never owned an actual Colt. They've never had Colts of anything. Like I said, even my Colt Trooper Mark III that I had, my Colt Trooper Mark III was better than any of the modern Smith & Wessons and light years ahead quality of any Taurus or Ruger. I mean, those guns are garbage compared to that Trooper Mark III. And those can be had for, well, they're getting a little pricey now, maybe $700, $800. But you probably find one for 5 or 6 on a good day. So it's not just a snob factor. This gun's worth about $2,000 to $2,500. I mean, you get $1,800 for this gun all day. No problem. It's probably worth, like I said, $2,000 to $2,500. This gun, like I said, never been shot. But I want to talk on that. What I'm thinking about doing with this gun is taking it and shooting it, and you could tell it's never been shot. Look at the front of the cylinder, and then firing pin. I mean, it's never hit anything. I mean, it's never even shot around. But wouldn't it stink to say I take it to the range and they say it's shooting 4 inches left? It's really straight. I've looked this gun. I mean, it's really straight, the barrel. I don't believe it would do that, but say it's shooting 4 inches left. Wouldn't you feel stupid? You're sitting there hoarding a gun that doesn't even shoot straight. If it shoots 4 inches left, you could send this gun to a gunsmith, have him turn the barrel, and get it shooting straight. Yeah, it's been shot. This one hasn't, but wouldn't you rather have a gun that's been shot a few times that shoots straight? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. I think I'm gonna go shoot this gun, and I have confidence it's gonna shoot dead straight. And the 7.5-inch barrel, they kind of have a reputation for shooting more accurately anyway, and just for shooting better in general. But this is a great gun, and I want to carry it, man. I have a shoulder holster for a 5.5-inch, but not for a 7.5. I think I'm gonna go shoot to get a vertical shoulder holster and carry this gun. I used to carry my Ruger Vaquero, so why do I got this sitting in a box and I'm not carrying it, Heck, I could carry this gun every day, not every day because I'm going to carry in the summer, but I could carry this gun in a shoulder holster. Yeah, it's going to wear the bluing off a little bit. That's going to take years for that to happen anyway. I could carry this gun and own this gun for the rest of my life and enjoy it. Or I could let it sit in a stupid box. And heck, man, I could sell this gun. Say I carried this gun and shot it once a year for the next 15 years. It's still going to be worth money. It's still going to be worth a lot of money. By shooting it, you're going to lose a few $100s? Big deal. Or by carrying it, you're going to devalue it a few $100s. Heck, man, you buy a new Uberti, You buy, you're not going to keep that thing long. You're going to sell it, lose $300. I mean, them things aren't cheap either. By the time you pay tax, you probably spent $700. You're going to sell that thing. Someone's going to give you $400. You're going to lose $300. That's what you're going to lose on this, carrying it, taking care of it and carrying it and shooting it once in a while. In your entire lifetime, that's probably what you would lose. These other guns, you buy these guns, you're losing. Like I said, you pay $800 for a gun, then go and sell it. Someone's going to offer you $500. That's the way it is. And how many guns? I've owned so many guns, guys. I've owned so many guns. This is a perfect gun. And there's nothing about a Colt single action Army that I would change. I even love the 7.5-inch barrel. And there's just something. These guns too. I talk about carrying that Ruger Vaquero. That Ruger Vaquero is fat and gaudy. I mean, these guns are like a snap-on wrench, man. If you're a wrencher and you know what it's like when you work with snap-on wrenches, and then you got to go wrench with them big bulky wrenches, especially for motorcycle snap-ons. You got to get in little places. Once you have them snap-ons, you don't want anything else. This gun is kind of like a snap-on wrench. It's not as bulky, it's not as big, but the frame is a forged frame. It's the real deal. This is not a fake gun. This is not a fake Uberti gun. And we're not trying to bash Uberti. I really just people. Oh, it's great that people are making them. If you're going to make these guns, somebody make one better. Like, I think Ed Brown should make a Colt single action. Make it in stainless steel. Make it the exact same. And then, Ed Brown, they make perfect 1911s. Perfect. I'm not a 1911 guy, but people are paying $2,000, $3,000 for Colt single action Armies. Why not? Like, Ed Brown should make a Colt single action Army. And just literally make it perfect. There will be a market for it. There will be a market for it. I would rather have an Ed Brown single action Army that's flawless. That's a flawless gun with real metal. They don't use any, what's this stuff they're using now? That fake metal, that powdered metal and everything. You buy those guns and you look at the back of the hammer, and there's a seam where it's molded together, and in Rugers, those are like cast. They're cast. They're big and bulky. I've got a video Ruger Vaquero transfer bar pinch that I corrected myself, but that's how a lot of Rugers are set up. The hammer's coming down and smashing into the transfer bar. It's not even precisionally fit. Like at Colt Python, a Colt Trooper Mark III, those guns have a transfer bar, but it's precisionally fit. When the hammer drops, it'll hit the frame, and the transfer bar is positioned perfectly in there. Those are Rugers. The hammer doesn't even hit the frame. All the force is going right to the transfer bar. You're going to crack your transfer bar. To me, those guns just are not up to quality of like Colts. Old Smith & Wessons have a really high quality revolvers, but actually the old Colts are superior. I've disassembled. I have videos on here disassembling Smith & Wessons. To me, the old Colts are superior. And another thing you'll see if you go on forums reading about single action Army, like I said, most people I think that talk about these guns have never even owned one or even handled one. I really don't think that they have, because the stuff that you're reading, people talk about the fit and finish. They talk, the grip frame is not lining up. You might be able to feel a gap, here and there, but I mean, for the most part, the fit and finishes for what these guns cost. I mean, yeah, they're being sold, people buying these guns unturned for $3,000, but you have to understand, this is not a $3,000 gun. I don't know what this gun sold for in 1982, but for what you paid for in 1982, the quality of the materials, the fit and finish is remarkable for the price. That's what people are not factoring in. They're sitting and going over these things. They don't want to get any marks on the cylinder. You know, they don't want to shoot the thing. You know, what's the point? What's the point of even having a gun if you're not going to shoot it? You know, or if you're, you know, it just doesn't make any sense, man. I want a gun that, like I said, I have lots of confidence in this gun, but I want to go shoot it. I want to carry it. I want to enjoy it, and I think that's what I'm going to do with it. I mean, I had so much fun. Like, when I was carrying my Ruger Vaquero in my shoulder holster, man, that was just a lot of fun. And it carried really well. It carried really well. These guns, especially these old Colts, they're so thin. The grips, look how small the grips are. I have big hands. But the grips are so small because they're kind of it's a design from over 100 years ago when people were smaller in stature. But, you know, when you have this tucked in your shoulder, they're very tiny. You know, a picture doesn't do it justice because you just see the shape of it and you picture them big, gaudy Rugers. They're very, very slender, very sleek, very easy to carry. And it's just so cool. Like, I will really enjoy carrying this in a shoulder holster and concealed carrying it. Going out, especially in the winter, it's just a trip. And if you ever get pulled over by the cops, you know, do you have any weapons in the car? Yeah, I'm a concealed carry holder, and show them through there. They have to look at your gun. You pull this out. That's a story that's worth its weight in gold right there. You know what I mean? But they carry great. They really do. Because I carry mine. This is my custom CZ. I know I keep bumping this gun. It's weird when you're making videos. You kind of have the camera in the way, and this is loaded. This is my home protection gun. It's being used as home protection as we speak. This is my custom CZ97. You know, and I carry this gun, but look at the size of the. You know, I carry this horizontally. It's a massive gun. It's kind of like printing out the back of your shirt. You know, you gotta have like a jacket on, and even take your jacket off, you gotta have like a pretty bulky hoodie and a flannel. And this is a great gun, but I tell you what, man, it's easier to conceal carry this vertically than that horizontally. It's lighter too. Yeah, you don't have as many rounds, but you know, I like I said, man, I feel safe carrying this. I really do. I know. The proof of it is every once in a while I'm out and I don't have my gun. I pretty much carry it all the time, but every once in a while I go somewhere and I don't have my gun, and I'm like, damn, I miss my gun. I'm like, man, I wish I had my gun. You know. So, I mean, heck, man. Brown's Chicken Massacre, something's going on. Wouldn't you love to have this in a shoulder holster? Anyway, guys, that's what I think I'm going to do with this gun. You know, it's either put it back in the safe for the rest of my life or sell it. I don't want to do either one of those. I think I'm going to enjoy it, take care of it, carry it. Believe me, I could carry this for 3 years, make a video, and it's going to look pretty much the same. And you got the frame isn't going to look any different. There'll be the bluing. I mean, you got to remember, it's pretty much a brand new gun right now, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful gun. And this is a Gen 3. So that's what I want to do with it. And that is what I'm going to do with it. I'm sure someone will comment and say that that's stupid, but this is going to be my gun. I plan on keeping it for the rest of my life, and heck, you know, I'll draw this gun when I enter my house out of my shoulder holster, and I go around and clear the rooms. I do that with all my guns. And for home protection, I use my SLR 107, so that's what's sitting next to my bed. And there's 25 rounds. I keep 25 rounds in the magazine. You know, 25. So I don't even use a handgun. When I'm sleeping, my SLR 107's right there. People probably could comment on that, but, you know. But anyway, guys, what do you guys think? This is also just a show and tell. of this beautiful gun and a little bit of philosophy. I wish, like I said, if Ed Brown would make one in stainless, I mean, that would be a hit. You know, the exact same specs, real slender and sleek. Heck, man, charge $3,000 for it. Who cares? Make a good gun, man. We don't want it. Trust me, you guys are going to comment. I've owned all them cheap guns. I never really owned cheap guns, but you're just wasting your money. You're going to own so many guns in your lifetime. Buy quality guns. It's even like a Bond Arms. This is a quality little thing. I mean, you know, it's got that seam on there I was talking about, you know, see what I'm saying? But it's you know, compared to a lot of little tiny pocket guns, this is literally something you put in your pocket. It's a quality little thing, and I like it. It's made in America. Anyway, you want a final look at this thing. Anyway, I love Colts, man. You know, the stuff you read on the internet about Colts and people, they bash them and they go, oh man, they go, oh, the action. Are you joking? Action in this thing is light years ahead of any Uberti. The springs, just listen. Listen. No Uberti sounds like that or feels like that. It doesn't. The lockup, there's no movement at all. Look at the cylinder gap. Can we even get that in the camera? You can't even see it. I'm trying to get it to show. Super tight gun. I mean, it's machined perfect. I mean, Colts are great, man. I don't know what the heck's wrong with people. I don't know what the heck is wrong with people. If people don't make any sense. The internet is retarded. Well, I'm on the internet, so, you know. Oh, well. I'll see you guys later.